Ocarina of Time is arguably one of the best Zelda games we've ever seen in the Legend of Zelda series, and while the game has been around for more than a quarter of a century, there's still some features in the game that surprise long-time Zelda fans. Well, today, I'd like to go through some of the things that you may not know about the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Well, before we get into it today, hit that subscribe button down below for more Zelda content here on Triforce Times. Plus, if you've got any interesting facts about Ocarina of Time, share them in the comments with the community. Well, Ocarina of Time originally released in 1998 on the Nintendo 64 and then later on the 3DS in 2011. So this was the first outing for Link and Zelda and Ganondorf in 3 dimensions. And it's amazing to this day how Nintendo nailed it at the first time of asking. Now, Zelda fans have been combing through the game for years, finding interesting gameplay features. So without further delay, let's have a look at some of the things that you may not know about the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Well, first of all, we've got stunning RADS with Sun Song. So RADS, they are some of the most terrifying and memorable enemies in Ocarina of Time. These are the zombie-like enemies that walk slowly towards Link, screaming as they approach. However, it is possible to stop them in their tracks with Sun Song. And if they get too close, they jump on Link and start to drain his life. So it's definitely best to keep them at a distance, and playing Sun Song turns them white and allows Link to get in close and attack them with the sword and then dispatch them nice and easy. Well, next up, fix signs with Zelda's Lullaby. So one fun activity in Ocarina of Time is slicing up the signs, but did you know you can repair the broken signs by playing Zelda's Lullaby? So there's plenty of signs dotted all around Hyrule. We encounter them very early in Kokiri Forest. Now you can slice them up in various ways with the sword, but if you want to fix them, then just simply play Zelda's Lullaby and the sign will repair itself as if by magic. Well, next up we've got the jump button. So if you've only played the more recent Zelda games like Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, you'll notice that one feature is missing from Ocarina of Time, and that is a dedicated jump button for Link. You can jump in the game, however it's an automatic feature rather than jumping whenever you want. So you run towards a gap and Link will automatically jump over it. Now originally Nintendo wanted to put a manual jump button in the game, similar to Super Mario 64 at the time, but Nintendo dropped that idea as they felt it would take away from Link's puzzle focus in the game. Well, next up we've got See the Shark. So did you know there is a hidden shark in Ocarina of Time? If you go to the Lakeside Lab and check out the dive pool, Link can test his diving skills to win prizes. As adult Link, you can dive to the very bottom using the golden scale, or the iron boots, and there are some extra rupees down there, a gold skull-tuller, and also what looks to be a great white shark behind a cage. I didn't know you can find a great white shark in Hyrule, but there you go. Well, next up we got a first-person perspective. So Shigeru Miyamoto originally wanted the game to be in first person, with the player looking through Link's eyes. There were plans to switch the game into third person for combat, but generally exploring was earmarked for first person. Designer Yoshiaki Koizumi didn't agree with Shigeru Miyamoto, and Koizumi convinced Miyamoto players should see Link at all times. He really liked Link's design and was convinced players would too. Now imagine if the Legend of Zelda's first outing in 3D had been in first person. This would have fundamentally changed the Legend of Zelda series forever. Well, next up you want to make a guard angry, so you can make a guard very angry at Hyrule Castle. So after you meet Princess Zelda at Hyrule Castle, in the gardens there you're going to see 2 windows. Look inside and you'll see paintings of Nintendo characters like Mario and Yoshi. Look through the other window, you're going to see a shield-like item on the wall, and if Link shoots his Deku Nut at it, a guard is going to appear and he won't be best pleased with Link. So he says not to cause any trouble and then proceeds to throw a bomb at you. Yes, a bomb, and to be honest, that does seem very extreme to me. Well, next up we got Drink a Po. So did you know you can catch a Po in a glass bottle and then drink it? So normally Link catches fairies or Lon Lon milk, but you can catch Poes in bottles. So These ghost-like creatures can be found in the graveyard. After defeating them, Link can swipe at them with a bottle to capture it, and drinking a Po either refills one heart or takes it away. But if you're really unlucky, then all but one of your hearts will drain away, so do be careful experimenting with drinking these ghostly figures. Well, next up we got get free Lon milk. So Lon milk is a very valuable resource in Ocarina of Time, as it restores 5 heart containers, plus you get 2 gulps of milk per bottle, making that a total of 10 hearts that can be restored. You can buy it from Lon Ranch from Talon for 10 rupees. However, if you play Epona's song next to a cow, the cow will then speak to Link and proceed to give you the milk for free. Although do be aware you need an empty bottle for this to work. Well, next up we got fighting styles. Nintendo wanted to create a unique game that really pushed the boundaries of the technology at the time. The developers at Nintendo looked to a Japanese fighting style called Chanbara. Nintendo employed more than 100 people, martial artists, stuntmen and women, and they captured their movements for Ocarina of Time. The Chanbara style involves concealing martial abilities and also movements from enemies during a fight. Well, next up we got Ganondorf's first appearance. So when the game first released, Ocarina of Time was the first game in chronological order in the Legend of Zelda. Since then, games have been released and they are earlier in the official timeline, with Skyward Sword being at the very beginning of the series right now. In Skyward Sword, Demise is defeated and says his spirit will be reborn in an endless cycle to get revenge on Link and Zelda's descendants. Well, Ganondorf in Ocarina of Time is one of Demise's reincarnations, and also the first time in the series that Ganondorf is featured. Well, finally, you can get a free Hylian shield very early in the game. So the Hylian shield is one of the strongest shields in Ocarina of Time. You can buy it for 80 rupees, which is very expensive, and it will complete your Hero of Time look, along with the Master Sword of course, but however, it's much better if you can get it for free, which you can. So there's a graveyard in Kakariko Village, and you can find a grave there, which you can pull to reveal a hole. Inside the hole is a cave, and inside that cave you're going to find a chest, and in there is the Hylian shield. Well, let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know your facts about Ocarina of Time and share your memories of Ocarina of Time as well. Would really love to know your little facts and tidbits about one of the best games ever made. Well, that is it for this video about things you may not know about the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. And as always, thank you so much for watching or for listening. Don't forget you can hit that subscribe button down below for even more Legend of Zelda content here on Triforce Times. You can also like the video and share the video too. That would really help us out here on the channel. Well, thanks again, and I will see you real soon.